Alright, so this is the first of many videos all to do with vectors. I'm going to quickly just explain what a vector is and then we'll get into reading and drawing vectors. So to begin with, we need to make sure we understand what the different types of quantities we can talk about. So you've got scalar quantities, which is what we're more used to, and that's ones that only represent size or magnitude. So that's things like time and length and speed. A vector quantity, however, represents that size and magnitude as well as the direction as well. So displacement, velocity and force, they are all vector quantities. And when representing a vector, there's two different ways we can write it down. We can either say it as A, B with an arrow above, and that's literally saying A to B. Or we can just use this U with an underline. The other thing to keep in mind is that the magnitude is the same as the length of the line here, and we're going to get into that a bit more in a later video. And the direction of where something moves is shown by the arrow. So let's take a look at a few examples. So to begin with, we're being asked to write down the components of the following vectors. To keep in mind, when we are writing our component vectors, it is one of these sort of longer brackets like so, and on the top is how far across it's gone, and on the bottom is how far it went up or down. And things to keep in mind, going to the right, that is always going to be positive, and left, so going back on itself, is negative. When you go up, that is also positive, and down is going to be a negative. So let's take a look at some examples now. So for question 1, I'm going from A to B. And then I want to count how many spaces across I've gone. So I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to the right. So it's going to be a positive 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. So it's going to be a positive 5. Question number 2, I've got this C to D. And I've gone across by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 there. And then 1, 2 up. Question 3, E to F. So I've gone across by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I've not gone up or down, so that's going to be a 0 there. And then number 4 here. So this time, making sure I pay attention to where the arrow is, I'm saying G to H. So from G to H, that is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going 5 spaces to the left, so that's going to be a -5. And then 1, 2, 3 up. Then question 5 here, this time I've got my lowercase letters with the underline, so I can just write them as I like that. And I'm going first I want to read my cross, so 1, 2. So I'm going 2 spaces to the right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces down, so that's going to be a -4. Then J here, I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces to the left, so that's going to be -6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 spaces down, so that's going to be a -4. K here, I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces to the left, so that's going to be -6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces up, because the arrow is pointing in that upwards direction. So that's a +6. Then last but not least, for L, I've not gone across, so that's going to go 0. But I've gone down by 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's going to be -4 there. So that's how to read some of your component vectors. Now we're going to draw some. So for the first one, I want to draw A to B, and it's 5, 2. So first I'm going to draw on my starting point, which is my A. Then I want to count across 5 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I want to count 2 up. So 1, 2. So that's going to be my B. And then I draw a line connecting them. And then draw the arrow saying this is the direction I'm going from A to B, and that's my vector drawn. So this time I want to do C to D, so again I'm going to plot my point and say that's C. And this time it's -3, so I've got to go to the left by 3 spaces. And then it's a 4, so I want to go up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where my D is. And I'm drawing out the line. And I want to draw an arrow pointing from C to D. Then question number 3. So drawing my starting point. This is my E. I go to the right because it's a +4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it's -6, so I go down by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be my F. And then drawing a line and then showing the direction I moved. Now the last one not least, G to H. So this is going to be my G here. It's -5, so I go to the left by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's -3, so I go down by 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be my H. And then draw a line connecting and draw my arrow on. So that's how to read and draw vectors. In the following videos, we'll start looking at what occurs when we combine vectors together, when we want to find the magnitude, and all other sorts of use of vectors. Let me know if you have any questions, and good luck with the work.